the volume down, darling, in the chat box, and then I can come to them at the end. So my husband's going to be checking on the chat box. So yes, so you can't see me apart from that little picture there of my recent trip on Iona. I'm just going to go through it as I saw it. So sorry, these slides are not marvelous. I'm not brilliant at this, but my overall observations were it was a very, very large ship, and there was lots and lots of walking. So for those of you that have got any mobility issues at all, you know, you need to be really aware of that there is a lot of walking on the ship. So I would make sure that you take appropriate, I don't know, something with you to help you with that. It's very clean, it's very comfortable, and it's very modern. It's a very new ship. It looks really new, and it's very clean. There was never a problem I saw with anything that wasn't clean at all. Lots and lots of activities and entertainment. So we had a few sea days while we were there, and those sea days were there was loads of things on. There was sports, there was dance, there was crafts, there was cinema, there was theatre, there was nightclubs, there's a casino there, there's all different types of meetings that you can go to. So, you know, there's something there for everybody completely, and lots more of them on sea days. The food I found was variable depending on the location of the food and the time of day, and I'm going to go into that a little bit in a minute because I put some pictures of it on there. And the drinks were reasonably priced. For example, a large Costa coffee was about £4, £4.50, which I thought was like normal prices. The entertainment was excellent, really, really good. I didn't have any bad entertainment the whole of the time that I was on the ship. I thought it was top rate, the entertainment. And the spa was very expensive unless there was offers on. The gym was very well equipped and modern. The cabins, again, well equipped. Bathrooms were great. The beds were comfortable. So those are my first overall sort of views of it. And I'm going to just go through and show you. So this is a balcony cabin. It's not our balcony cabin. This one is it's difficult. I can't take that off now. Let's see if I can go back. This one is one that's long with one window in it. Now we had balcony 17303, and that one was a square shaped balcony, and there's only 10 of those actually on the ship.
People can't get on.
What do you mean?
Just
I'm just going to stop for a minute because there's people that can't get on. Can you put the link? Okay, sorry guys, there's people saying they can't get on, and I can't really help them while I'm doing this. So this was our cabin anyhow, and it is all going to be recorded so you can watch it back if you miss anything. This was our cabin. I'll just give you a bit of an overview of our cabin.
This is our room, 17303. If you want to come in here with me, you can see. So this is a bit different than the normal cabins on most ships, but definitely on Iona, in that it's a square shape rather than an elongated long shape. And because it's square, what they've done is they've put this stud wall in the middle to separate a sleeping area from like a lounge area, which I think is pretty cool, because you've got this lounge area with quite a nice size lounge, sofa, there's coffee and tea facilities, television, fridge, like a dressing table, study. Go into the bathroom from here. There's the bathroom. There's plenty of storage space, hanging space, glass doored shower, plenty of room, nice light, well lit mirror, and then you can come out of here onto the balcony, which is a really big balcony. It's got plenty of room here You can see, you can sit out on this balcony, and it's got another double door there, and that's the bedroom, which I'll take you in a moment. And this is lovely. It's a really lovely place to sit. The only thing I would say is that because of this overhanging above, you're not going to get much sunshine unless the sun's quite low in the sky. But that's about the only thing I can find about this cabin that's not amazing, because this is a balcony cabin, so it's the same price as a normal balcony cabin, maybe a mid-range balcony cabin. And here's the bedroom area. It's set up for 2 twins because I'm here with my friend, but no, you know what we can do is just move the bedside cabinets and make it into a double bed or a king size bed. And then I've got plenty of storage space, safe. In here you've got hanging space, another TV, so you can watch TV in bed. And then you've got this other double set of windows out onto the same balcony. So it's a really beautiful, light and spacious room, with sort of 2 living areas, which is perfect for my friend and I, because she's an early riser and I'm not. So she'll get up at like 5 in the morning, come and sit in here, and I can still be sleeping there and she won't disturb me. So it's perfect. It's really good. So what do you think of that then? Room 17303 P O Iona.
On the live.
Right.
Okay, lovely. So that was our room.
Hi, guy.
This is an inside cabin. So you can see an inside cabin, it hasn't got any windows in it, but this is set up for 2 people, so you get an idea of what an inside cabin might look like. And this is the sea view cabin, so you can see that it's quite big windows in the sea view cabin, so they're not, you know, they're not like small little portholes, they're actually decent sized windows. I've just used another video from somebody else for a few of these, because I didn't manage to get photographs or videos of everything whilst I was on, because the weather wasn't particularly good whilst we were there. So I'm just going to take you through this video that somebody else has kindly made about the pool.
With us, you get rewards just for doing this.
Hi everyone, it's Marina and Joe. Welcome to our P O Iona pool deck video. With 4 pools and 18 hot tubs, there's a lot to cover. First up is the Sky Dome. The Sky Dome has it all. A swimming pool, hot tubs, bars, fast food eatery, and even a stage.
We love the Sky Dome, whether we were having a morning dip in the pool, drink in the afternoon, or watching an amazing show at night. We did notice that the Sky Dome bathers, plus the Sky Dome's upper level has plenty of seating if you just fancy soaking up the atmosphere.
The Beachcomber Bar and Pool are a really popular area, located on deck 18, right next to the retreat. This area really comes to life at night, and is a great place to hang out with a cocktail or simply relax. It's also perfect in the daytime for those wanting a slightly quieter poolside experience.
Iona has 2 infinity pools, with the first at the aft of deck 16. A waterfall links that pool to an infinity pool on deck 18. Be warned though, if you're crossing the bridge next to the waterfall, you may get splashed. There's also a paddling area at the bottom of the waterfall, perfect for little cruisers or anyone just wanting to dip a toe in the water. This area gets really busy on sunny days, so get here early to avoid disappointment.
And just like the Beachcomber, this area really comes alive at night. Deck 18 aft is the home of the second infinity pool, which looks straight down on top of the infinity pool on deck 16, with the bar and sports courts nearby. This is sure to be popular on sea days, and with a view like that we can see why. A short walk forward on the starboard side of the ship, you will find the splash zone.
This tropical themed area looks like a lot of fun, and we can't wait to take our little girl in there later in the year. On deck 8 we have Iona's controversial promenade deck. There's a lot to love about the outside promenade and outdoor eating areas for some of the restaurants on board. There are passenger balcony cabins and conservatory mini suites on this deck. It's worth bearing in mind that every single balcony on this deck looks out onto the public areas. The balconies are slightly elevated and have frosted glass. However, passengers walking past can see into the cabin if the curtains are open. These cabins are really dividing opinion. Perfect for anyone who's keen on people watching, but if you prefer a quieter, more private cabin, then we'd suggest a different deck.
Okay, so that was the pools. Like I say, anybody got any questions? Peter's looking out for any in the chat, hopefully. People will put them on there. This is the main foyer, so this is like the area right in the, I don't know what they call it, the atrium, but it's like three,
oh yeah, go on, smile.
three, what do you call it, levels. It's beautiful, and like these gorgeous walls, floor to ceiling windows that are just so much light in there. It's really beautiful. Okay, so over to the food. So this is the Horizon Buffet restaurant. Breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner and evening buffet in here. So you can go in here at any time and eat as much as you like. And again, I've borrowed somebody else's video because it was better than mine to actually show you a bit more about it. So I'm just going to pop that on here.
Hi guys, let's have a look to see what's on offer to eat in the buffet on P O Iona. We will also have a look to see what is on the menu at the quays. The location and the layout of this buffet is similar to most ships of this size. So it's on a high deck at the back of the ship. These pictures that you will see is a glimpse of what to expect at a buffet on P O Iona. This footage is from the boarding day lunch. I did notice that at each sit-in, there's normally 2 different roast dinners. The buffet does tend to get busy on sea days and peak hours. All of the dishes in the buffet were clearly labelled, so you were able to identify if something was vegan and gluten-free. There is 2 sections in the buffet that serve alternative milks and sugar-free options. I think this buffet has Let's have a look at what's on the dinner. Most of these pictures are from one dinner sit-in. At the end, I added a few extra pictures so you can see how things do change each day.
I think this person likes desserts a lot.
Here is a glimpse of what is on offer on other evenings.
I'm just going to skip this forward a little bit now because that's sort of giving you an idea. And then right at the end, it talks about a place called the Quays.
These have lovely seating areas, and there are 3 counters that you can go to grab a bite to eat. The menus do change slightly each day.
So they've got the Asian kitchen, they've got the American diner where you can get burgers and things. And you can get these at any time of the day, I think. You
If
do
you've
breakfast in
enjoyed
there
this
as well.
video, please click the like button
And then there
to
is
help my channel grow.
an
Have a
Asian.
wonderful
Oh,
cruise.
fish and chips as well. Fish and chips in there. Okay. Let's go back to this. All right. So next, so there are 3 or 4, I can't remember, main restaurants that you can go in. But you have to book to go in these, which is a bit of a pain. So you can't book in advance. You have to go in what they call a virtual queue. So you click on this virtual queue, it tells you how many people there are waiting in the queue, and then you put yourself in the queue, and then you will get a notification of when your table's ready. I did find that was a little bit, sometimes a bit of a nightmare really, because you don't really know how long you're going to be hanging around. I did want to also say about the buffet restaurant before I go any further. It wasn't my favourite place. It could get really busy in the evenings. I felt that the food wasn't as fresh as perhaps it could be sometimes. It felt very much like, I can't really explain it. Lots of things were very similar each day. But it was a lot better if you didn't go in at like right at the beginning and really busy times. There was some days where it was excellent and some days it wasn't so good. So I don't know. I think it's just a matter of when you go in and also what's going on the day. But these 4 restaurants, this was the Coral restaurant, I think, that's open for breakfast. One of them's open for breakfast and you can usually get in fairly quickly. And I went in there a couple of times and had these really nice sourdough toast with avocado and chili and poached egg on top, and they did all sorts of full cooked English breakfast, kippers, pancakes and waffles and all sorts of different things, which is really nice because you served it at the table. This is the view of the ocean, which is really lovely, so I really liked that in the morning for breakfast. It was a bit of a change than going up to the buffet where everybody's like helping themselves. It made it feel a bit more special. And then the next one is we had lunch in the Pearl restaurant, which is this one. And again, you had to book it or just go in the virtual queue. This was a curry that we had that was particularly nice. 3 courses, so you can have starter, lunch and main course in there. And then these are the other, what they call speciality restaurants. So I never went in the Keel and Cow, so I can't tell you what that was like. It's like a gastro pub event, apparently, but I didn't actually eat in there. We did eat in Sindhu, which is their Indian cuisine, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a minute. And also this Glass House, which was more like a wine tasting place where you could get like little bits to go with that. Again, I didn't eat in there, so I can't tell you about that. But I can tell you about Sindhu. So they do a set menu of £22 for 3 courses, unless you have the signature dish, which we did. We actually shared one between us because it was so big, of 3, it's £25. This was the starters and things that they brought to the table. I thought I'd put the thali on there. I think the vegetable thali, actually. Somebody had the vegetarian thali and all these little dishes. This was the beef dish. And then this was the signature dish where there was half a lobster, it's like an onion bhaji, piece of duck and a steak. But there weren't any what you call classic curries, so it was quite bland. There was not very much spice in it. So if you're looking for a spicy Indian meal, you're not going to find it in this restaurant. But it was a lovely setting. It was a beautiful place. You were made to feel very, very special. This was a chocolate bomb, which apparently was really lovely. I didn't have it, but apparently it was really nice. You're going to be made to feel very special if you go in there. But if you're looking for something really spicy, it's not going to happen, because it's like, I don't know, a mixture between haute cuisine and Indian. That's the best way of putting it, really, I think. Okay, some of the others, Ripples, didn't go in here. That's the ice cream place. Loads of different ice creams you can go to. The Keys we've just talked about, where you can go and get all sorts of different, like fish and chips, Asian, burgers, etc. The Beach House, I haven't got pictures of this. we did go in there. It was an £11.50 surcharge each, and it was the worst meal that we had on the ship. It really was not nice. I don't recommend that at all, and it certainly wasn't worth the £11.50 surcharge, in my opinion. The Olive Grove was our favourite restaurant. This is like a tapas-y type restaurant with a few bits of pizza and lasagna and things like that in it. It was absolutely delicious. Sort of Greek mezzis, that type of thing. So we had this like mezzi dish to start with. We had 2 of those between 5 of us. I had this lamb kebab, which was delicious. Somebody else had the lasagna, you can see here, which was very good. And then we had this absolutely gorgeous selection of baklava desserts between us. And you can book to go in here like you can the speciality restaurants. So you can book it the day before or a week before, so you know what time you're going. But there isn't actually an extra surcharge. There's just a charge for some of the more expensive dishes, I suppose. So for example, for that baklava, there was a charge of £2.50. It really wasn't a lot of money, so it was well worth going in here. Some of the girls went in 2 or 3 times. It was a really, really nice restaurant. I definitely recommend that one.
People are asking about the provided meals. Is everything a buffet? Or...
Okay, so there's a question that people are asking about, is it the provided meals, is everything a buffet? No. So when I went back, I'll just go back a minute and show you that when I went into these restaurants, this Pearl restaurant here and the Coral restaurant, and there's 2 others, there's an Aqua restaurant as well. They're all included. You just have to go into the virtual queue, and it's a 3-course meal. So when we had lunch here, that was included, the breakfast included. So there's 4 different restaurants you can go in that are all included.
And are they served?
And that you're served at the table, so it's waiter service. So yeah, the only ones that are not served is the buffet and the Keys, where it's more like a fast service thing. And then these are the speciality restaurants. But like I said, that Olive Grove wasn't an extra charge. There was I would say 2/3 of the menu weren't extra, but you could go and book and sit in and be served in there. It was well worth it. There's a fine dining restaurant called the Epicurean. It's not a very good photograph of that, unfortunately. And that was £35 per person. And we went in to try it, and this was some sort of like crab and prawn cocktail. And I don't know what this green stuff was in the bottom, but it was absolutely disgusting. It all looked absolutely beautiful, but we really didn't enjoy it. These were fried king prawns. They were huge and they looked amazing, but they didn't taste very much. The desserts were quite good. We had crepe Suzette, that was quite nice, and a chocolate dessert. They were quite nice, but they yeah, I certainly didn't think, or neither of us that went in thought it was worth the extra money. But it is a fine dining restaurant, and it might change. It may have just been the night we went in. I really don't know. I can only give you my honest opinion. So the entertainment, there are a few places for entertainment. There's a place called the 710 Club. I didn't get to go in there. It's inspired by the musical director Gary Barlow. It's supposed to be really good. It's a bit like a bar with music in it. It's supposed to be fantastic, but I didn't get to go in there. The Limelight Club, which I'll tell you about in a minute, which is like a cabaret meal, and then the Clubhouse. And the Clubhouse they have lots of entertainment in there during the day, like bingo and things, and then they have a stage in the evening for acts and tributes and things like that. So the Limelight Club was $29.99 for a meal, and you can see here the menu. I don't know, as some of you are watching it on a small screen, you probably can't see it, but we had these mushroom scallops, and I can't even remember what this was, king prawns, I think. And then there was roast beef, somebody had a lamb, and this chocolate bomb afterwards. It was good, it was adequate, it was nice, but the main thing about it really was the entertainment that was on whilst you were at it. So it was like yeah, you were been entertained while you ate your meal, which was really good and really nice. The entertainments that were on, I'm just going to give you a bit. I did take some videos. So there was a lavoir, which was like what do you call it, a drag act. She was brilliant. And then Matt Cardle, who'd been on X Factor, they were on, and just a very quick blast from them both, so you can see the quality of the entertainment. She's trying to be Shirley Bassey here when she's had a few glasses of champagne, so it was quite funny.
Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Just that's all. Remember to later in the eye. Because I'm the church to make it better.
That gives you a bit of an idea of that. And then there was Matt Cardle, just a little bit. So a little bit of an so the drinks, a lot of people ask about drinks because drinks are not included. There is water and tea and coffee that you can get from the buffet restaurants and some of the other places around the ship that you can just go and get. And I always suggest that people take a thermos cup with them so that you can get your tea and coffee and take it out with you to different places. All the bars also do tea and coffee. They have Costa Coffee, but if you don't want to pay for them, you can actually go into the buffet restaurant, the Keys, and I think there's another couple of places that you can actually get coffee and tea from and water, and you can just top up your flasks free of charge. But the drinks prices I didn't think were bad at all. My favourite drink on there was the no larder pineapple juice and coconut cream cocktails. They do non-alcoholic cocktails, which was absolutely lovely. But you can see that, you know, the soft drinks, the Coke, apple ties is £3.30, San Pellegrino £3.30, sugar-free Tango is £2.85. So they're not massive. Those of you that do drink, you know, they've got, I don't know, I mean, I don't drink myself, so I have no idea what pub prices are like, but you can see those, like for a 25ml shot of rum is £5.10. No idea what that's like in normal, you know, in pubs and bars these days, because I don't drink, but I just thought I'd give you an idea of what the drinks prices are like on board. Okay, this is the theatre, so it's quite a big theatre. You do have to book to go in the theatre as well. So a couple of weeks before your crossing, they will open up all the bookings, and to go into places like the Limelight Club and the theatres and things, you need to book really quickly because they get filled up. So as soon as they open up, you should go in and book all your theatre and your Limelight Club if you want to go to those, so that you get a place. They do it 3 times a night. I think it's 6 o'clock or 6:30, 8:30 and 10:30. So there are 3 sittings, but the 8:30 one tends to get very busy. So if you want to do that one, then you need to get it booked really before you go. The quality of the entertainment was absolutely superb. This was just a little bit of our favourite one that was on there, fella called Nate Simpson, was just wonderful. I'll just give you an idea.
I believe the children of our future, teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride. Make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody.
I'll leave it there. I think that's enough. Okay. So the gym and the spa. This is the hydrotherapy pool. So again, I've got a little video of that to show you.
Looking to cheat on your bed? Find the best time to get away
It's the only thing.
with flexible date search.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is a short video as part of the P O Iona cruise ship series, which will show the gym, the spa and the hydrotherapy area.
Lightning strikes by my window. It's much as dry in the morning, like a warning. Could have slept here for days. I felt your heartbeat, felt your mouth breathe, but it's not real. We're close to see the sun, but clouds got in our way.
We actually got the ability to go in that hydrotherapy pool, and we went in at 8 in the morning, and it was absolutely wonderful because there's only the 5 of us in there, and it was really nice. But I wouldn't like to be in there if there was 20 people or something, you know, and that would worry me. So if you are going to go in there, I suggest that you get up and book it for early in the morning. It was a really nice experience, but I'm not sure I felt it was worth the £50 to go in. It was quite expensive, but it was really lovely. It was a really nice experience. Okay, so a bit of a summary from me. I thought it was a really nice, modern and clean ship. There was lots of things to do. The entertainment was excellent. I thought the cabins were great. I loved the fact that you'd got like glass fronted showers, which is something that's fairly new on cruise ships. Most of the time they've been like what do you call them, shower curtains. And the food I thought was variable depending on where you went and what time of day you went in, but there was always something to eat. There was never a problem for food, and you know, right up until 1:30 in the morning. I felt for me the ship was a bit too big. I prefer personally smaller ships, but that's just my preference. We had quite a few poor weather sea days, and it can get quite crowded because everybody's inside. So that was a bit of a difficult sometimes, because obviously, you know, if people are outside on the decks and they're on the sunbed, you know, inside's not so busy, but when it was poor weather and everybody was inside, it could get a bit crowded in places. I would avoid the buffet at busy times, and I felt the staff could be a bit happier and more attentive. I've been on cruise ships where they've been much more jolly and more attentive than they were on this one, but that's my honest opinion and review, really. Has anybody got any questions, Peter?
Sandra's asking, when do they get notification from when booking for the theatre is available?
Sandra, I will let you guys know.
And is there a different show each night in the theatre?
Yes, there is a different show, but sometimes what they do is they will have somebody on twice. So they might be on at the beginning of the cruise and the end of the cruise with a different show, but it's the same person. Or they might have somebody on in the theatre and then they're on in a different part of the ship at a different part of the day, but there is a different show every single night, yes. Any more questions?
No.
Nobody got any more questions for me? Well, if you do, you can send me a Facebook message, or if you know me, you can send me a WhatsApp message or anything, and I will try and answer all your questions. I hope this has been informative and helpful. I just thank you for those of you that watched it live and those of you that watched it on replay. Thank you very much for watching today.
Can you feel the sea
Oh,
when it's choppy?
Yes, you can. You can feel the sea when it's choppy. I did have one day where I felt quite rough, actually, to be honest with you, but it was real. We had gales, you know. We were in Spain when all those gales were going on a couple of weeks ago, and it was really bad. Well, the weather was awful. But yes, you can feel it. So I would suggest that if you do suffer from motion sickness, you take some travel sickness tablets just to be on the safe side. But you get used to it after a while. It's sort of something, and I absolutely love that feeling. It sort of lulls you to sleep at night. You're lying in your bed and you sort of feel like you're in, you know, you're being rocked to sleep. It's a really lovely, lovely feeling.
Towels in the swimming pool areas?
Yes, there are towels in all the swimming pool areas. Yep, and the towels in your bedrooms. There are also in the bathrooms, you've got, I think there's shower gel and shampoo, but there's no conditioner. So I'll let you know about that. There's towels in your bathrooms, but also plenty and plenty of towels in the sunbed areas. Yeah. Anything else? Anybody got any?
No, we're there.
Are we done? Okay. Thanks for listening, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.